Your morning blitz begins now.
Get that chance. Go play for national championship. We're going to swing as hard as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
On the Blitz.
Just after 6 a.m. on a Thursday. Good morning. I'm Lewis. That's Nick Rick. She is Kelly Quinn. And we are collectively here.
Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, plenty. I was in bed by 11.
I thought you might be out partying with Jelly Roll after the concert.
Nah, you know what? I looked at Ronnie and Johnny last night, and I was at this point where I was like, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to go get me another cocktail, and I'm going to sit here and enjoy the rest of this, or I'm going to realize that my cocktail is empty, and this is the perfect time while everybody is engaged to walk outside and call my ass an Uber and leave, and that is exactly what I did.
Oh, you're so responsible.
Look at you.
And I looked at Ronnie, and I'm like, dear, she's like, I know. I'm like, all right, cool. So I hugged Ronnie, and then I had an embrace with Johnny, and that was that.
Great show?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Nice.
No complaints whatsoever.
All right. That's great.
Yeah, so I was somewhat responsible last night. I was good. I had 2 drinks. Yeah, 2 drinks.
Not bad.
2 drinks. No, a beer. But the beer, I didn't want the beer, and I knew I didn't want the beer when I got the beer.
Are you the guy who gets pulled over and they ask if you've been drinking and you say, I've had 2 drinks, but really you had 2 drinks and beers?
I didn't finish all the beer, and it was probably about an hour and a half between those 2 drinks.
That's good. You paced yourself.
So 2 mixed drinks and a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mix them, right?
Huh? I did not want the beer when the beer was offered to me. It was just one of those things where I just didn't, I thought I wanted a beer, and then I tasted it, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't want a beer. I didn't want to feel bloated, I think. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason.
Feel bloated.
I don't have a good reason. But then I had a gin and Sprite, and I had 2 gin and Sprites, and that was it.
If I'm drinking beer, I might mix, do a shot.
Yeah.
Let's do a shot and have, chase with a beer. But I rarely, I don't know, if I mix, beer and mixed drinks, and so, I'm not good.
Yeah, I didn't. But that's why. I literally, beer didn't land well with me last night for whatever reason. So I felt no reason to keep going. I wasn't about to well, that one didn't taste good, but if I get 2 or 3 more, it will. I didn't go that route. So yeah. So went home, filmed some OnlyFans content.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
So how we doing in Tampa?
Not great.
No, I didn't figure.
It's a pretty bad situation there, and it's still dark, so they don't quite know. But the hurricane hit 8:30 last night, Siesta Key.
Got the stadium.
Tropicana Field, where the Rays play. Took the roof off it.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that this morning when I had the news on. I watched a little bit of it last night, but it still hadn't landed yet. It still hadn't done any they were expecting it, but it wasn't
Yeah, the weird thing is before Milton hit, all those tornado warnings were coming in across the state. I think there were 19 tornadoes that touched down.
Oh my God.
Across the state of Florida. Before Milton hit.
Before the hurricane hit.
My gosh.
And there is, I guess, a retirement community in Fort Pierce, which is on the East Coast, on the Atlantic side. And Milton, I guess, spawned a tornado that destroyed it. I want to say it's a... I don't know if they're manufactured homes or what it was, that community, but they're still assessing the damage. There are at least 2 dead for sure. And this is on the Atlantic side.
Yeah,
this
the
isn't
opposite side.
Tampa right now is dealing overnight with water rescues.
Yeah.
Flooding was huge.
There are a bunch of people trapped in a Holiday Inn in Plant City, which is just east of Tampa. So they have amphibious boats. They're out there working, and just how dangerous it is. There's 3 million people without power.
Yeah.
Downed lines. It's a dangerous situation, and it's St. Petersburg got 16 inches of rain yesterday. 16 inches of rain.
Yeah, from what the funny thing is, I saw last night, and I couldn't tell for sure, but I think the beach where Lauren and I went there for a wedding a couple of years ago, and where we stayed had a private beach attached to it. I think that's the beach that is gone. Just from all the water and everything that just kind of got washed away.
I can't imagine Siesta Key is, it looks anything like what it did yesterday.
And so, do we have to wait to find out how high the surge was, or do we know that?
Yeah, I think the surge. Well, the storm Milton made landfall before high tide, which helped them with the storm surge. But I think they said around the Tampa Bay area it was maybe 5 to 6 feet.
Oh, well, that's way better than they thought it was going to be.
But now I guess the seawater could still rise. Pretty high, so
yeah. I think it was from what I gathered, it was more a flooding issue than it was a wind issue, or as far as destruction kind of side of things, because there was just so much water everywhere. But the tornadoes did not help. Like all the tornadoes, because they just had, you have all your resources in one place, and now all of a sudden, you have everything else popping up completely where you did not have resources allocated at the time, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out a ton this morning, I'm sure.
Brutal.
Did you say you saw Jamie Mollahan last night?
I did see Jamie
He just said, great time, so he's up and at it.
I did see Jamie Mollahan and his friend last night. It was good to see those guys.
Doug said a buddy of his went to the show last night. He's like, oh, God, I'm so tired. He said he got like 3 hours of sleep.
I have a story that I'll tell you a little bit later that was kind of fun. Kelly, you'll think it's really cute. So...
Well, I imagine we'll get lots of hurricane updates throughout the morning in your news.
Yes.
So we'll do that. How about some trivia?
Yes, let's do it.
$25 to Water Beds and Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores if you're the first one who can text in the correct answer to 99700. So there was a new list out of the sexiest quarterbacks in the NFL. This came from People Magazine. Who was number one? Who is the sexiest quarterback in the NFL? Tell us at 99700. If you're first, you get the gift card.
It's the morning Blitz. A little red sun rising at 6:22. I'm Lewis. That's Thick Rick. She's Kelly Quinn. Welcome into Thursday morning. Thanks for being here. Your morning Blitz trivia question.
All right. We asked, who did People Magazine name as the sexiest quarterback in the NFL?
Not Deshaun Watson.
No, it's the boy with blonde hair.
Which one?
Your boy.
Oh, Joe Shiesty?
Joe Burrow. The sexiest quarterback in the NFL. He is followed by Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears, and then Russell Wilson, who I think is now the backup quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
If he's ever healthy enough to play again. I don't know. I don't know what makes these guys sexy to women. I mean, what, they're quarterbacks to me.
I do. $230 million guaranteed.
Well, all right.
Trust me, Rick.
He didn't make the list.
Burrow?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about Deshaun Watson.
No, Burrow.
Okay, well, I mean, he's not the highest paid
quarterback. I promise you this, even though you cannot play quarterback in the NFL, if you had $230 million guaranteed, women everywhere would think you were sexy.
Yeah, but Caleb Williams is a rookie. He's on a rookie contract, and he came in second.
But he already made $6 million NIL last year.
Okay, but Dak Prescott's getting $60 million a year, and he's down at fourth.
Well,
I mean, here's the thing.
It's got to be more than the money.
Money makes ugly people pretty.
All of these guys are multimillionaires. So
Joe Burrow and Caleb Williams are objectively good-looking people.
Is Caleb? I didn't know.
Yes.
Are you pulling him up?
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely, and it doesn't make you gay to say so.
No, of course not. I mean, it's just some guys I'm not sure about. I can look. I can you're right. It doesn't make me gay to say this man is attractive. I can look at this guy and go, yeah, this guy's got the girls. I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of.
Yeah,
kind of.
And I can see that
Tom
in Joe
Brady,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I just didn't know about Caleb.
Caleb's gorgeous.
Okay. Russell Wilson.
Oh, let me look him up.
He's married to
Sierra,
the pop star.
Great looking.
Okay.
Absolutely stunning.
Most of the quarterbacks are decent looking dudes.
Is that a requirement?
Well, I think that's how they end up being quarterbacks in high school, right? Because they're good looking.
No, I mean there are a few people that are not, but most of your quarterbacks are the most photogenic people on the team.
Why is that?
You don't get hit as much.
Well, no, that doesn't make your facial symmetry any better or worse.
No, I mean it's
because that's if you read about people who are the best looking people, they have the best facial symmetry.
I think the difference between the way a guy and a girl compliment the same sex, like a girl can go, girl, that outfit worked. You look great. Like if you came in, I would be like, I would never like, dude, those jeans make your ass look fantastic. Like I wouldn't do that. But a girl can say that to another girl. For a guy, but there are people out there that you can understand what Brad Pitt, younger Brad Pitt was a perfect example. Anybody who grew up in the 90s, you could look at Brad Pitt and go, yeah, okay, I understand why chicks are all over that guy. Because he has not only like a physical look, but he had that, Keanu Reeves still has it, that magnetism around them that you're like, yeah, okay, they have an it factor.
Yeah.
Like some people just have that. And there are some guys that, you know, you look at and go, yeah, okay, that's that dude's got it going on. Whether you know, you don't necessarily like, yeah, like the OnlyFans with him.
Kelly, what about Kermit?
Kermit?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
he's great till he
Patrick
opens his mouth.
Mahomes. Now, for a guy I'm kind of tired of seeing all the time, yes. I mean, obviously, he's good looking.
All right, look up Justin Herbert.
Justin
He's got the hair.
Herbert.
Oh, the hair.
Let's see.
Now, see, my wife says he needs a haircut. Him and Mr. Lawrence.
He has some scruff on his face.
just
Very
got one.
cute.
Okay, he's 5th. Mahomes was 6th. Brock Purdy from the Niners is 7th. Josh Allen 8th. Jalen Hurts 9th. And Derek Carr is 10th. So there's your
But again,
sexiest quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, those guys are all like decent dudes, but I'm telling you, if you have millions of dollars, it makes you more attractive than you normally would be. At least at first, until your personality takes over.
Okay, like if you're a 10, you're a 10. It doesn't matter how much money. But
Agreed.
if you're like a 3 and you have tons of money, what does that bring you up to? Like a 6?
6, maybe
All
7,
right.
depending on
Okay.
how much much is there. I mean, again, you see it all the time. You see the dude that looks like the toothless guy on Tiger King. That dude wins the lottery. He's got Haley Steinfeld on his arm after that because of the fact that, he won one. He's got $200 million in the bank. So.
Never forget that Lyle Lovett scored Julia Roberts. Never forget that.
This is true. And Jana brings up a great point. Terry Bradshaw was never a good-looking quarterback. FACK fact.
Right? You're so right, Jana.
Okay, but I'm looking at Lyle Lovett right now, and he's kind of cute. So never mind.
Doug said, did you hear that, Lewis? It's not gay for me to say you're a sexy beast.
Thank you, Doug.
By the way, Jana, who texted in about Terry Bradshaw, she was the first one to text in Joe Burrow. So Jana's got $25 to Waterbed Stuff. Waterbed Stuff and Beds and Stuff Superstores. And I tried to call you, Jana, but it went straight to voicemail. So I will try again when we go to break here.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
Kelly, I'm curious about yours because, well, you have sound that go with yours.
Well, I do. We were looking off the air yesterday at video of this guy in Tampa Bay. They nicknamed him Lieutenant Dan because he only has one leg. He has a second leg is cut off below the knee. So this guy, and he doesn't appear to be necessarily dealing with a full deck. Is that really mean to say? I'm worried about his mental state or whatever, but he said, and went viral this week on TikTok, he said he is absolutely staying and riding out Hurricane Milton on his little boat. It was like a little, he had a bed and it was covered, tarped. He had got some help tarping it. He is basically...
little cabin cruiser.
Yeah, right. Docked in the Tampa harbor, threw down an anchor, tied up his boat, and basically said, I'm staying here. I'm staying here. And people have been increasingly concerned about this guy. He doesn't appear to have a prosthesis. He's just hops around and takes care of himself. Like I said, locals call him Lieutenant Dan. His real name's Joseph Malinowski. And like everyone, neighbors, people keeping an eye on him, trying to get him to go to a shelter.
They're saying 20-foot storm surge.
It could be 120. It doesn't matter. The boat floats. That's the whole thing. Keep the water on the outside of the boat, and the boat will go up with the water and down with the water.
Well,
that's what we want to do.
Can we please get you into a hotel?
No.
Everybody's been asking, man. We got to get you off this thing.
Listen, The only way I'm going to go to a motel room is if a woman invites me and she's going to stay.
So that's where he was. So then the police visited him. They're like, man, you have got to go to a shelter. You cannot survive this if this thing hits Tampa Bay. Then Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel visited him. He was on TV yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Yesterday afternoon, Tampa's mayor, Jane Castor, said they had been able to convince Lieutenant Dan to go to a shelter. So everybody was very relieved about this. But then last evening, News Nation went to his boat, and there he was. He's like, no, I'm not going to a shelter. I'm riding it out, baby. Thank God we have video from a bunch of people who were checking in on him once the storm at large passed. And he is alive and well. And he survived Milton in his boat. There are other people who have sort of become internet sensations over this that have decided to ride out the storm in these situations. One woman and her partner have a hobby farm somewhere between Tampa and Orlando. They did not leave. They're like, we're not leaving our animals. We've raised all these animals as babies. They're our children. And we're not leaving them. We don't have anywhere to evacuate. We haven't heard from her since about 2:30 this morning. And the storm had not yet hit them. The winds and rain were crazy, but the actual hurricane had not passed by yet. Have not heard from her since. But they said the best thing was to not put their animals in their buildings and pens, but to let them roam free.
Really?
That was the best chance of their animals surviving.
Really?
So still kind of like waiting to hear back from this woman with this hobby farm to see if she and her animals are okay.
I wonder about the couple with the 6 kids and 4 dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
All these people we've gotten to know thanks to TikTok. Yeah.
I have not heard from my stepbrother yet. I sent him a message this morning, but I know that, power and all that kind of stuff is sketchy. And my friend Jeff owns a tattoo shop in Tampa/Ybor City, so I have not heard I sent him a message last night, and I have not heard back yet, so I don't know what's...
I have been texting with Mo, who everybody, all Blitz knows Mo. Was on the air here for many, many years, and he lives in Tampa. He has texted. He has no power. He is running some things on a generator. There is water coming up toward his house. His streets are flooded.
Doorstep.
Yeah, it's right on his lawn, and he said he'll text some more later. But he's doing fine. His wife and kid evacuated. He kind of wrote it out there, and it's not pretty.
What do you got, Thick?
All right, so Nintendo has made a new alarm clock for all the gamer lovers to wake up to. I'm like, what? So, yeah, they've got sound on there from Mario and Zelda and Splatoon and other games, and here's a little promo for it.
This is Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo. Let's see what it's like to wake up with Alarmo. Do you hear that? The alarm is going off. But Alarmo doesn't just play music to start your day. That's right. It responds to your body's movement with game sounds.
It responds to your body's movement?
Pass.
Yeah, I don't need this, but it's just kind of funny. I'm like, so
I
if
feel
I'm
so stressed, that would start my day stressed every day.
I'm just thinking, if you get up and you're in a great mood and you're all excited and you jump up, but if you feel like crap,
straight up pissed.
I'm ready to fight.
Right.
I'm ready to fight someone I'm hearing that in the morning.
Are you out of your G-damn mind?
You wake up and you feel like crap, and it's
no hard pass.
Oh well, there you go. Alarmo.
Hard pass. I got something.
All right.
So, Superman, greatest superhero of all time, the one every other superhero strives to be because he is the epitome of what is good, was originally supposed to be a bad guy.
No.
Is that right?
Jerry Siegel created Superman in 1933 for a short story called The Reign of the Superman. A year later, he decided it made more sense for him to be the hero, but originally he started out as the villain of the story.
So we definitely weren't going to have him in blue, red, and yellow.
Not at the time. Black.
Because that's way too happy.
But his costume is based on circus strongmen of that era, which is where the trunks over the underwear over the shorts come into play and all that.
Yeah.
The other thing was James Gunn did a horror super movie, not horror for once, horror called I think it's called Brightburn. It came out a few years ago. It's the story of Superman is he's the alien. He lands with a good family in Smallville and gets raised with morals and becomes the hero. Well, they spin this and go, what if he landed with a family, but he was just evil when he landed? And he's like, with all Superman's powers. It's pretty cool.
Like General Zod showed up.
But if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. I also bring this up because I believe it is tomorrow, Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, comes out, and it's a documentary, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
I saw the trailer yesterday.
Yeah, it just looks really, really, really good. And I saw his son, Will, who has a cameo in the upcoming Superman movie, is in it and talked about it, and it's just a really good movie. It is the Morning Blitz, 6:52, Pick, Kelly, and Lewis. I think I filmed The Open last night. Came out and did I Am Not Okay was the first song.
Talking about Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll did last night at Nationwide. All the guys in the band were wearing either crew shirts or blue jackets.
Oh, that's cool. Very good. I like that.
Yeah, Jelly came out in a Blue Jackets hat. Ended up giving it to somebody in the audience, though.
Nice.
But it was a great show. You know what I understood last night? The emotional connection that dude has with his audience. Two things hit me last night. One, I mean, you saw everybody invested in every song this guy does, which was awesome because you don't see that kind of connection everywhere. And the second thing, I looked at him and his band. He is the new Kid Rock.
Oh, okay.
And I just, with the way the band is, with the way, the kind of rock, rap, country hybrid thing that he does, he's the new Kid Rock. And it was refreshing. Ronnie and I were talking to him for a while last night, and I asked him the question that I asked him, and he ended up having a great conversation with us. I asked him about Capitol Hill and being on Capitol Hill to talk.
Oh, yeah, about addiction.
And I'm like, what was that like? And he's like, they told me when we went in there, and he's like, nobody ever asked me this before, so I'm excited to get to talk about it. He's like, they told me when I got there that I was going to have 5 minutes, so I had to have everything planned out that I wanted to say within 5 minutes, and no worries because nobody ever speaks in these meetings, so I'll be in and out of there in less than an hour. He's like, that was the only day that everybody there had something to say.
Yeah,
we were there for 3 hours.
Wow.
But he said it was great. He said he sat down, he said ever since then, they get calls every day, and he says, nah, man, I don't want anything to do with politics, and he stays away from it. But he's like, I just wanted to represent the people that don't get represented. And I'm like, and Ronnie said it best. She's like, you came off fantastic. You did a great job. So he
was great on SNL. Did he say anything about it?
He did talk about that. Yeah. He said that room is so small.
It looked small. His second song, he had it sort of set up like a church basement AA meeting type situation with these empty chairs in a semicircle.
Yes.
And it looked so packed. And he's got so many singers, so many background singers with him. And it was so tight.
He said that their rehearsal for SNL went flawless. And he was worried. He's like, oh, damn. He's like, when the rehearsal goes flawless, we're going to F it up on the live show. And he said, we got back from the rehearsal and people were like, round of applause, you guys were great. And he was like, no.
Yeah.
But they went out there. He said he had a good time. Great. He said he got to rehearse his skit and spent 6 days. He got the police escort and everything. Columbus is one of his favorite places to play. He did say that, without a doubt.
He's always for like a decade loved Columbus.
But I got yelled at by Jelly Roll last night.
What? That's a statement.
I know.
In itself.
So we're back there hanging out, and they have a dog, and everywhere they go, they get him a jersey. So this little dog is rolling around. I'll post this picture on the Blitz Facebook page so you can see him. But their bus dog had a Blue Jackets jersey on. And I'm like, you guys know me, I'm a dog.
Oh, big dog person.
So I sit down, I'm like, do you smell pug? And I'm like, petting him. Well, the dog is going crazy for my gin and Sprite. Cannot keep his nose out of my drink. And starts drinking my drink. So then, after that, I pull it away. I'm like, okay. And I pull my drink back. The dog keeps following me around. I move around. Dog comes right up next to me. And you can see, I went down to pet him, and he did not want me to pet him. He wanted my drink again.
Oh, no.
So at one point, Jelly's like, y'all stop feeding the bus dog liquor? Oh, my gosh. But it was hilarious. It was so cute. So I took a picture of the bus dog. And let me show you guys. I'll show you guys the picture.
I want to see. You going to post it?
I am going to post it, but great. I'll show you guys the real quick because I know we got some time. I'll show you, and you can see it online on the Blitz Facebook, and we will talk about it here in a second.
Now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Oh, Lewis, did you post the picture of Jelly Roll's dog?
Facebook page.
Hang on. You're not on the air. Go ahead. Say it again.
It is up on the Blitz Facebook page.
It's a cute dog. It's like a Dachshund Basset mix.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like half Dachshund, half...
Dachshund face, Basset ears, and a long Basset body.
It's a good dog. He's a
Cute.
good dog.
Hurricane Milton heading out into the Atlantic Ocean as a Category 1 hurricane. It took a total of about 8 hours to make its way across the entire state of Florida. Milton made landfall at about 8:30 last night, just south of Tampa Bay in the Siesta Key area. It is Category 3. Siesta Key is a barrier island off Sarasota. It's about 60 miles south of Tampa Bay. Milton hit before high tide, which was a good thing, but forecasters say that seawater could still rise as high as 13 feet in areas. Before Milton made landfall, it spawned at least 19 tornadoes in the state, and we know they were deadly tornadoes in some cases. At least 2 deaths reported at a retirement community in Fort Pierce on Florida's east coast. A thorough damage assessment begins at daylight, but flash flooding is the main concern today, as some areas like St. Petersburg dealt with about 16 plus inches of rain yesterday alone. East of Tampa, reports of flash flooding, people trapped in a Holiday Inn in Plant City, and water rescues underway. There are more than 3 million customers without power across the state of Florida. A large portion of the roof at Tropicana Field Stadium in St. Petersburg was torn off by high winds last night. The Tampa Bay Rays ballpark was a designated staging site for first responders and National Guard troops. There were a bunch of cots set up on the field, but first responders were not in the building yet. There were essential personnel at Tropicana Field, and all are safe and accounted for. We're watching, of course, this morning live video out of Florida, from both the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic Coast, and it's just wild. The wind is still crazy. The rain is still coming. The water is so high in areas across the state, so we'll keep you updated on that. Travelers on a Qantas flight from Sydney, Australia to Japan last week were treated to a sexually explicit movie, which was popped up on every passenger screen during the flight, and there was no way to turn it off. The movie was Daddy-O, starring Dakota Johnson and Sean Penn, and it's rated R, but it does have graphic nudity and a lot of sexually graphic texts that were visible on the screen. No headphones necessary to tell exactly what was going on here in this movie, and apparently it took almost an hour before they were able to switch to a more family-friendly movie. Qantas says was a technical error. They don't know who chose that particular movie to play in lieu of a family-friendly movie, but again, people say they couldn't turn it off, they couldn't dim the screen, so they were sort of stuck shielding their children's eyes from the naked situations.
Oh, hear me out. What if I put myself in a sitch on my OnlyFans where I'm the pilot and the flight attendant comes into the cockpit and we have that streamed across the plane?
Kelly,
maybe you'll get 1 subscriber. You've got 0 at the moment, so it can only help.
I'm just saying, it could really boost my profile.
Well, is this a newer movie?
I don't know.
I've never heard of this movie.
Do you usually
She said Sean Penn?
Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson.
Don's
well, if it's
daughter
Sean
from-
Penn, it's probably not on the hub.
2023 it was out.
You know, oh, okay, so this is well after she did the 50 Shades movies.
You really like to keep up on her porn?
No, that made her. I figured that made her career jump start, and I just thought I would have heard of the movie if Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson were in it. Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Too bad you weren't on the Qantas flight. You'd have been treated to a free movie.
I love Dakota Johnson. This is great.
I've seen more of Dakota Johnson than I ever asked for.
Exactly.
Yes.
Those are your 3 things.
7:10 on the Morning Blitz with Dick, Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis. Sunny 68 today. Looking at some of the footage from Tampa, the dome off of Tropicana Field. The structure's there. It's just the cloth over that they cover the dome with. It's just
torn
destroyed.
to pieces.
Yeah.
It's all over the field, all over the seats. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, they'll have to replace that. But that's better than losing the structure.
Correct.
All right. Dane Cook, I like Dane. He's a funny guy. He's, because he does a lot of funny stuff about sports, especially football, and I always get a kick out of that. Never thought about taking nutritional advice from the guy before, but he was on with Bobby Lee, and they just got into this one topic real quick, and everybody online's been commenting about it, and I'm just going to let the clip speak for itself.
I'm down 35 pounds in the last 4 months since I saw you with dinner.
How?
Carnivore diet.
Dude, straight meat.
So straight.
Literally only meat for the last 4.5 months. That's it.
No veggies.
Nothing. No. Veggies I learned from my wife, who's certified in nutrition and everything else, is like toxic. We shouldn't even be eating vegetables.
What?
Whoa.
There's basically stuff in plants and vegetables that are like to protect those plants and vegetables, and they're not exactly things that the human body wants to indulge. So, yeah, no vegetables.
Well, animals have those too. They're called claws.
So no fiber in your diet. I'd love to know the last time you actually, how do I say this delicately, went to the bathroom.
It was about 1:30 yesterday.
Not you.
Oh.
Dane Cook. I mean, you need fiber in your diet, my man.
Where else can you get fiber?
Yeah,
other
but
than
isn't
vegetables? Where else does fiber come from?
Isn't
Grain,
he-
right?
Isn't he essentially doing an Atkins thing?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that.
Well, it's carnivore. It's
all meat.
Atkins is like just cut out all carbs, right? Just
It's
all
a lot
carbs.
of meat.
Well, carnivore is nothing but meat. Like I think that does include eggs, maybe,
It
but
does.
everything else it's chicken, it's beef, it's pork, it's just meat.
So
Sorry.
what this does, it puts your body in a state of ketosis, which it's where your body uses all your stored fat for fuel. So it does burn your fat away. I don't know if that's long-term healthy or not. Maybe it is. I
Well,
don't
he said
have any idea.
35 pounds in 4.5 months.
Yeah, but
He lost.
you'll drop a lot of weight quick if you do the Atkins right the first week or so, but it's very hard to sustain. I remember my stepdad did the Atkins, and I watched him go to breakfast the one day at eggs and sausage and bacon, like all this meat. I'm on the Atkins diet. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to block your arteries.
Hey,
All right.
Rob Lowe does Atkins.
So I was just curious if anybody.
dude.
Good-looking dude.
I was just curious if anybody in Blitz Nation has ever done this carnivore diet. What did it do for you? Are you still on it? 99-700. You can text in or call in at 1-800-821-9970.
It's the Morning Blitz, 7:23. Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. On a Thursday, 68. We were talking about how you say D last night.
How I say what?
Wednesday,
so Wednesday.
Wednesday, Tuesday,
All right.
Chipotle.
I still. What is wrong with that? You just said it. Did you say it wrong just now?
No, I said it the way you say it.
What? I don't.
You just have an Ohio accent with your O's. Like my whole family has that. We all have it.
Oh,
No, it's not O. You
Chipotle.
No, that's
Chipotle.
it. Yeah, you just did it.
Chipotle.
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 That is an exaggerated
I don't say
way.
pout.
It's an
you're saying-
exaggerated way of how you say it, but it is an Ohio thing.
All right, all
Like, we all do it, too.
I don't.
You don't.
Thank you.
He's from Ohio.
Well, you're from civilized Ohio, maybe, I guess.
You're part of Ohio.
Oh, yeah, it's Grove City, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. All right. Mr. Cincinnati, Miss Westerville.
No, I'm saying I have it. My whole family has the Ohio accent.
Well, how
We all have
how
it.
come nobody ever says anything to you when you say it?
Because I've trained myself out of it for the most part.
Okay.
She doesn't quite say it the same way you
Oh,
do.
is that right? Is that right? Are you serious?
Happy Thursday.
So Kelly knows how to say it properly.
Okay, so we're talking about Dane Cook. The fact that he is on Dane Cook's on the carnivore.
It's for you.
Dane Cook's on the carnivore diet. He lost a bunch of weight on it, and the carnivore. I looked it up. Here's what the carnivore diet consists of. You can eat meat, poultry, eggs, seafood, fish, and some dairy products, and water.
Okay.
No vegetables, no fruits, no grains, no legumes, no seeds, no nuts.
Well, that was the other thing, is he said that his wife is certified nutritionist and said nobody should be eating vegetables because they have defense chemicals in them that are bad for humans. And I've never heard that. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said in this clip, and that he's lost 35 pounds after being on the carnivore diet for 4.5 months. And I'm like, I could eat just meat. I'm fine with that. I love meat.
There's someone said, losing 75 pounds took about 3 months. I have more energy and I could increase working out and other activities more.
Wow. Really?
Someone said, I did the carnivore diet before joining the military. It definitely works. You go through carb withdrawals for the first 2 weeks, then you lose a ton of water weight through urinating. It'll subside after a month, and I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. Definitely hard to maintain, though, with all the fast food and junk food everywhere you look.
Oh, yeah, you got to stay away from that.
Here's the problem is you will wind up with deficiencies in vitamins and minerals because you can't get certain things that are in plants anywhere else. Now, you can maybe take a supplement, but everybody knows a supplement is a poor substitute for the real thing.
Right.
So I think that maybe in the short term you can do that and lose weight, but at what cost, I wonder, in the long term? If you're deficient in, I don't know, certain vitamins and minerals.
Dustin said he did the carnivore for 3 months, felt great, lost 20 pounds, had so much energy, his body felt solid, like he was back in high school. Yes, Kelly, you still use the bathroom, and actually the first couple of weeks, more regular than you think you'll be.
Oh, hey, well, look at that.
Another text says, no fiber needed. Do the bathroom fine every couple days. Let's see. My brother and sister-in-law have been doing this for over a year. They lost a lot of weight from this diet. Larry says, I'm 51. I haven't eaten a vegetable since I was 25, and I'm very healthy.
Josh said him and his wife have been doing the carnivore for 2 weeks and down 12.5 pounds.
Yeah, it sounds like there's no doubt that you can definitely take off a good amount of weight with
Jen
it.
said intermittent fasting works better. I used to love intermittent fasting but I wasn't getting up at 4 in the morning at the time. Like when I could do it to where I stopped eating at 9 o'clock at night and I didn't eat again until 2 o'clock the next day. I was so down with that intermittent fasting pattern. It worked for me. I couldn't even imagine trying to do it now.
Mike says, I'm a meatitarian. Don't eat vegetables. My poops are in perfect working order.
That's good to know.
I did ask, so I deserve every text that's coming my way.
Make sure you're staying regular, Blitz Nation.
This text said it heals so many illnesses. Bacon, beef, eggs, some cheese. It doesn't clog arteries. I don't know, man. I've never done this, but I'm intrigued.
Okay, so you have to worry about too much bacon when you're not on the carnivore diet, but then you go on the carnivore diet and all of a sudden your arteries are fine? How's that work?
I don't know. Do you really have to worry about too much bacon?
Well, I feel like this is such an imbalanced way to live your life in the long term.
I feel the same. Yeah, I kind of feel that about that and vegetarians.
Lewis is right. It's like all of a sudden now we're fine to eat packages and packages of bacon on this diet, and it doesn't kill your cholesterol.
Wasn't that
maybe it doesn't? I'm genuinely asking.
I've never bought into the whole food pyramid thing that you learn in school, because there was just stuff on the food pyramid that I didn't like, and didn't want to eat.
Yeah.
And once I got to an age where I could choose what I wanted to eat for myself,
that pyramid is BS. I want to eat this.
But again, I think we talked about this the other day. I can't be a full-blown vegetarian because I only like 4 vegetables. Like spinach, broccoli, corn, and potatoes. That's it.
The thing is, your body needs fiber and your body needs antioxidants. You have to have those things to be healthy.
I don't know.
Do they still sell just bran flakes at the store? I always ask because my grandma used to eat bran flakes. Good for fiber.
But I don't deny that people have had a lot of success with weight loss. I'm just wondering about your health in general overall.
Okay, so in Denmark, they've created a pill now that mimics the effects of running a 10K. Yes, yes, that's right. An exercise pill. Come on, man. Seriously.
You want to run a 5K with us? Now I'm going to take half a pill. I'm good. You go ahead.
Well, we got to train for the race. I just did. I took a half a pill. When we get closer, I'll start taking a whole pill.
You know what I do? I'll take half the pill, then I'll throw a glass of water on myself so it's like I'm running. Architects on the Morning Blitz. It is Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, Lewis, 7:39 on a Thursday. Sunny 68 today. Enjoy that. Be happy we are not in the South, especially the deep South. Or what do the Simpsons call it? The Wang of the country?
No, Homer called it Florida, America's Wang.
America's Wang.
But you can't say that today because they're really suffering.
They're suffering bad.
Dang, it's really awful. As sort of we're getting a peek into daylight, just the flooding and the destruction. Oof.
Oh.
They'll bounce back.
You hope
they will.
Well, the problem is the time it takes for said bounce back.
Yeah, it'll be a climb for sure. All right. Yeah.
Okay, there's no delay this week. Let's make that abundantly clear.
Oh, for Think Fast, when I absolutely steamrolled you last week in the game?
That's exactly what happened.
Then I would say the answer, and then you'd say it like 5 seconds after I did.
No, I said it first, but the delay kicked in later, and it made me sound like a moron.
Prove it.
No delay was kicking in. It was already there.
Let me tell you, I don't need a delay.
You're acting like you said it before I did. You
did.
said it 5 seconds after I did, every single time.
Let's be clear about something. I don't need a delay to make me sound like a moron. I do that on my own.
How long was the delay?
2 or 3 seconds.
All right. If you're saying it 5 seconds after she says it.
I'm still winning. So Thick's right. I absolutely.
You know I don't do math.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're trying to help.
God. Stop with the math.
I lit you up last week. You can admit it.
I have admitted it.
All right, so Think Fast. This is a fun game where...
All right, so we'll do 3 rounds. The contestants, Aaron called in. He picked you first, Kelly.
Yes, Aaron.
And then Tasha got through and told her that Kelly had already been picked and Lewis would be playing for her. And she was ecstatic because she wanted Lewis to play for her.
Aww. Look at that. We both got who we wanted.
There you go.
In Tasha's defense, she's still a little hungover from last night, so we're going to try to make this work.
Oh, no. Hey, now, you don't know that.
I do not know that.
All right, up for grabs, pair of tickets, actually a 4-pack of tickets to Factory of Terror and the Haunted Schoolhouse, or a pair of tickets to see Sullivan King at Kemba Live on Sunday, February 2nd. All right, first round, simple. I will give you the clue and the letter it must start with.
Okay.
And Lewis and Kelly will just yell out an answer if they have it. And that is that. A kind of car starting with the letter C.
Camry.
Ooh.
Did you say Kirk Cameron?
No. No. That's good.
All right. Something you suck starting with the letter S.
Sucker.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Lewis just nodded at me so confidently. That was good. I'll hand it to you. I couldn't even come up with one thing.
All right. Something you eat starting with the letter S.
Spaghetti.
Man.
Yeah, no delay. That's how this looks.
All right. Something that smells starting with F.
Funky, funk smells. So you smell funky.
Formaggio cheese.
Funk smells. You smell funky.
What?
Formaggio cheese. You mean fromage is
Fritos.
the French.
I thought he meant Fromunda.
Fritos. Something that smells to start with an F. Fritos. Fritos are
We're
corn
talking about
chips.
something that stinks. I don't think either one of you have gotten one yet.
He says fromagia, but it is fromage is the French word for cheese.
I know.
I said funk.
Funk is not a thing.
It's a smell. Funk is a smell.
Fig Newton.
Okay, you said Frito. I'll give it to you.
We're talking about something that stinks.
Go
here.
ahead. Oh, that stinks.
Something that smells that starts with the letter F.
Oh, fart.
God.
I'm sorry. I don't have 12-year-old boy humor brain.
Feet was another one.
Fromage smells too.
All right. Something you eat starting with the letter W.
Water.
You don't eat water.
Watermelon.
Water.
Why,
Melon.
instead of correcting why didn't you answer? All right. Next round. My gosh. Finish the slogan. Right? So there is only one correct answer to
All
these.
right. Uh-oh.
Finish the slogan.
Let's go back to things that smell with the letter F.
That was my fault. I should have said stink or smells bad.
But nothing we said was wrong, though, if we want to get technical.
Oui, fromage. Fromage. Yes. Finish the phrase.
All right, here it is.
Yes.
Finish the slogan.
Yes.
Your total.
Your total.
Balance?
Nope. These are companies' slogans.
Company slogans.
Company slogans. Yes, slogans.
Your total. I don't know. Do you know?
No.
I don't know.
What the heck is that?
Don't
That's
know
it?
it.
No?
Finish the slogan. Just do it. That I got.
None of you go to Kroger?
No.
Yeah, but
Your total value leader.
Okay, we didn't get it.
I was this many years old when I heard
Next
that
one.
slogan.
Wow.
I still don't know it either.
Okay. Okay. You've never heard that.
Never.
Kroger,
No,
your
I have
total
never-
value
I'm sorry.
leader.
I have never heard Kroger referred to as your total value leader.
Wow. Okay.
It's such a good
Google
slogan.
it. Google it.
Blaze
If you want, if you think I'm wrong, Google
No, we
it.
believe
It's been
you.
around for I don't know
believe you.
30 years. I don't know.
It's right there on their sign. I don't know how I miss it.
All right. Here's the next one. Nothing says lovin'.
Like something in the oven? Like a something in the oven? What's in the oven? Something's in the oven.
Like a bun in the oven?
Nothing says lovin'.
A pie in the oven?
Like
a taco in the oven?
Like something in the oven. Swanson's in the oven.
Oh, no.
Nothing says lovin' like pizza in the oven.
I mean,
nothing says lovin'.
This is
like,
This is a terrible category.
Wait. I think we can get it. There's something in the oven there, Lewis. What is it?
Nothing says lovin'. Nothing says lovin' like. I don't know.
Kelly, you got one word wrong.
Yeah. Like Folgers in the oven.
Like
nothing,
bread in
what
the
does it
like
start
Pillsbury
with?
in the oven?
Nothing says,
Says
lovin'
like something. Nothing says lovin' like something.
in the oven.
Pie in the oven.
You got one word wrong there. From the oven.
That's not fair, though, is it, Aaron?
No, that's why I think I'm gonna give this to Kelly.
Aaron's yeah, I think you got to give it to me. Something from
Fine.
the oven?
Yeah, that's
Nothing
a dumb
says
slogan.
lovin'.
Take it.
It's Pillsbury. Wow. I didn't think these would be that hard.
You got to give it to me. That just gives
Okay.
me 1 point
I
in
gave
this
it to
whole
you.
thing.
I gave it to you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not
That's a pity
all right.
give. I get it. I'll take
Absolutely.
the pity point.
Give me that one.
All right. Here we go. Bet you can't.
Eat just one.
There you go.
Thank you.
Boom. Nice.
That's Lay's. All right, ready? Mm-hmm. You deserve
A break
break
today.
today.
Nah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
And finally,
Yes.
it's everywhere.
You are.
Nope. It's everywhere.
You're not.
Nope. Finish the slogan. It's everywhere.
Today.
It's everywhere.
But here
It's everywhere you.
are.
No.
I
Go.
said R already.
It's everywhere you.
go. Need to be. Want to be.
Everywhere you.
There it is. MasterCard. It's everywhere you want to be.
Very good. We eventually came up
This was
with
the
it.
stupidest category in the history
Okay,
of this
so
game.
you won category 1. I won category 2.
I was looking at them and I'm going, oh, that's way too easy. That's way, obviously, I was wrong on the what's way too easy. I wanted to make you have to think a little. All right, final one. Scary movie round.
Oh, no.
I like a good horror movie.
Okay, so in this one, it's all just about a Halloween movie that starts with this letter. The word "the" is ignored in the beginning.
Ah.
So if I say T, just because it starts with "the," doesn't...
Terminator.
No.
That's not a scary movie?
No.
That guy with the glasses was pretty
It was
scary.
terrifying.
Or if it's a movie title that starts with "the,"
Yeah.
whatever
ignore
that
the.
next word is the letter of the
Yes.
is the word with the
I
letter
gotcha.
I'm looking for.
Got it. I'm clear.
You got
So
it?
Yep.
so the Terminator, it would just be Terminator.
Well, that is what it's called. It's not called the Terminator. It's just called Terminator. So that's a bad example.
Which just chastise me some more while you're at it.
All right, here we go. Scary movie starting with the letter A.
Amityville Horror.
Yes. And see, that movie is actually called The Amityville Horror.
Thank you.
All right, scary movie starting with the letter C.
Carrie.
Yes.
Yes!
Nice. I was about to say Christine.
Oh, you could have got it. Name's Christine.
All right. And I'm just going to say no to Terminator. By the way. Scary movie starting with the letter T.
The Tempest.
No.
I'm sorry, that's Shakespeare. That is scary if you have to read it. Terminator.
No Terminator.
The
Wow.
Terrifier.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes. The Thing, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 13 Ghosts. Just to
Okay.
throw out a few, just saying. All right. Scary movie starting with the letter L.
Leprechaun.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work.
This is hard.
Lake Placid, Lost Boys, Last Exorcism.
Lost Boys was not scary.
You don't think that's a
No.
scary movie? It's vampires.
Okay, if you're scared during the Lost Boys, we can have a serious conversation.
That's okay. I said Leprechaun, and that's scary.
If you look up the
That
list
little
of the
bastard was
top,
scary.
the top movies to watch at Halloween, that's one of them. Lost Boys is on the list.
Doesn't make it scary.
It's a Halloween movie. You know what? Stop trying to kill the spirit of the game, will you? All right, final one. Scary movie starting with the letter B.
B?
Babadook. Babadook.
What?
The Babadook.
What?
Yeah, Babadook. Yeah.
Yes. Woo!
Yes.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
You never heard of Babadook?
No.
Really?
Never before in my
Pretty
life.
scary movie.
Oh.
I mean,
There's Blair Witch Project, Boogeyman,
Oh.
Bride of Chucky. You know, there were a few out there. Lewis, you were not in delay, and you still lost.
oh, Aaron, we did it. We did it, Aaron. We did it.
It's a slogan round that killed me, that dumb slogan round.
Well, that was a toughie.
Man, it was. I really didn't think it would be that hard. But
Man, that was a toughie, but I really came through in a pinch there, didn't I? Okay. Anyway, Aaron, you're a winner.
Kelly.
Having a good time.
All right.
The sky like a tiger.
There are a lot of people that thought you. There are a lot of people that think you should have given me the fromage cheese or the Fritos.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
There's no stopping.
I'll give it to you.
But I already won that round anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Wait, here we go. 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
Theory of
He's
Dead
trying
Man.
to wrap me
Well,
up.
because we need to wrap
Yes,
up.
we
He's
do.
trying to wrap up my song.
You won, Kelly.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida at about 8:30 last night as a dangerous Category 3 storm before weakening to a Category 1 as it moved over the state. The National Hurricane Center says it took about 8 hours for Milton to cross the state of Florida and head out into the Atlantic. Milton has dropped about 16 inches of rain on St. Petersburg. Deaths have been reported in St. Lucie County, Florida on the Atlantic coast after a tornado tore through a mobile home retirement community. Now, there are at least 19 tornadoes that touched down across the state of Florida before Milton even hit. Milton is the third hurricane to hit Florida this year and has knocked out power for more than 3 million people in the state. In the Tampa area, flash flooding is being reported in the area and water rescues are underway. Well, the trial for the man charged with the murders of 4 University of Ohio students in 2022 has been set back to August. Now, Brian Koberger's attorneys did win a change of venue, and the new judge in Boise moved the trial from June of next year to August 11th, 2025. If he's convicted, Koberger could face the death penalty. I don't think I've ever been more looking forward to somebody being possibly given the death sentence than Brian Koberger.
I understand.
My gosh. How this has not reached trial yet is wild. You know?
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit suing Universal Music Group, accusing the label of withholding royalties for years from the band. The band released 6 albums with the label from 1997 to 2011. Fred Durst's lawyer says the band hasn't seen a dime in years. The suit was filed this week in Los Angeles as UMG has fraudulent policies that are designed to keep royalties from artists. The band is asking for $200 million.
You can tell me that people have spent $200 million of Limp Bizkit albums in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about royalties, right?
Right.
Royalties.
Yeah. And Durst was reportedly told that the band hadn't been getting royalties because they haven't made enough money to pay back their advance.
I can see. I mean, again, Limp Bizkit, keeping it real. What? 1.5 albums that really did anything?
I know, but that's irrelevant. Are they being played on the radio? If they're being played on the radio, there are royalties to be paid.
But
period.
how much royalties to be paid?
Well, I mean, how many radio stations play Limp Bizkit?
That's what I'm asking.
We play Limp Bizkit.
We do. I'm just asking. How much are you telling me? Again, I'm not saying there might not be royalties paid that are owed. are there $200 million in royalties owed? If you told me if you told me this was Guns N' Roses, I'd buy that a lot more than I buy Limp Bizkit.
Well, I don't know if it's $200 million in royalties. Maybe they want punitive damages. But what was their advance? How much were they advanced?
That's what I don't know.
It certainly wasn't $200 million.
No, but the second album, again, the second album did not sell as well as the first.
Well, no, they sold their soul on the first one. It was like Slippery When Wet from Bon Jovi. I mean...
So again, if you got a massive advance for the first album, or you got a massive advance for the second album, and that math doesn't add up, again, I don't know. I didn't see the deal.
You know, and it's like Guns N' Roses. They get an advance for Appetite because they didn't need to make another album.
Right.
They would have had royalties for life just from that one album.
But I would argue that a band like Guns N' Roses has far exceeded airplay in what a band like Limp Bizkit would have done.
Yeah, that's why I say I don't know. I don't know how many radio stations are playing them. But there are I definitely know there's royalties there that they should have been getting over the past however many years that was.
The claim is they haven't seen a dime. They've seen $0.
That's why I need to know how much was the advance.
But again, if you go back to a few years ago, Limp Bizkit was a laughing stock who was rumored to play a gas station in Dayton every summer.
Right. But that's, again, were they getting played on the radio? That's all this is about.
Right. Bring me the Horizon on the Morning Blitz, 809 Thick, Kelly and Lewis. We've got your tickets to the Devil's Staircase. You are listening for...
No.
Haunted Hookup.
So, the Factory of Terror.
Factory of Terror, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, we ran out of those.
We ran out of Devil's Staircase yesterday. Sorry. That's on me. You were listening for Godsmack this hour.
Keep away.
It will be sometime between now and 9 o'clock for your chance to win. When you hear that song, be caller 16 at 800-821-9970.
We got a 4-pack, by the way.
And we got a email about candy.
Well, yesterday we had Blitz therapy, and it was about... it was from a mom who found out her kids were turning down candy on Trick or Treat last year. If they didn't like the candy that somebody was handing out, they were saying, yeah, no, thank you, I don't want it. And she was very upset about that. She thought that was very rude. Her dad and her neighbor, who were funny, were both obviously men, defended it. And her neighbor's kids, he said they do that. He said and he's got no problem with it because that keeps them from wasting food. And so we had our debate about that, but then we got an email that said, heard your conversation this morning. We are still in the next door neighborhood group from the place we moved from a couple of years ago, and my wife just showed me all the posts about what candy is on their child's favorite list and which candies they will be giving out at their doors. All the neighbors were posting this, as in, if you don't want this candy, don't come here. And my kid, they're posting this on Nextdoor, will only be accepting the items on his list. And then said, what the F have we become? This was the Blitz email we got after what happened yesterday.
Okay, so now your kids are sending out their rider for Halloween.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
Now I will say, at least in our next door neighborhood, our neighborhood next door forum, people do post what they're giving out, and I think that's okay. You
can post anything you want.
I think that's fine because the kids like to know where the full size candy bars are. And so they all let each other know, hey, this house has got full size, this house has got full size. Doesn't mean they don't go to the other houses, but they're going to make sure that they do get to those houses.
Instead of giving out candy to rot people's teeth, I like to pose for autographed pictures.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
You rot the brain instead?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rot the soul?
Absolutely.
So I just, he's like, and he says, what the F have we become? What do you guys think?
It just, to me, I don't care if how you want to do your trick or treat in your neighborhood. Whatever works for you guys is fine. It just sounds very complicated. Like, I just like to get a gigantic bag of the candy that I like to eat so that I have leftovers. And if that doesn't meet with any kid or parent's approval, that's fine, I guess. I don't care, but I'm not looking to make this holiday more complicated. It's easy. Just have candy, hand out candy. We'll look at little kids in their cute costumes. That's it for me. I love every bit of it. When you start making it like homework,
right.
When I have to study each individual kid's preferred candy list and then post that just is a lot of work. I don't want any part of that. I don't hate it. If you guys are into that, go for it. That's fine. It's not hurting anybody. It just sounds like a lot of extra work I don't need in my life.
We're making it more complicated than it needs to be. What do you think, Louis?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a part of a bigger problem. I mean, okay, you're using the guise that we don't want to waste food. My child will only be accepting this, and this. I got 2 of these that you can accept.
You did not see his fingers.
Yeah, I had a couple of Stone Cold Steve Austins for you. If that's what your child will accept. That's ridiculous.
I said, give me a hell yeah!
That's ridiculous.
All right, well,
my child will only be accepting this.
Aren't
you,
we
capital
all
F
just-
you.
Aren't we all just buying the candy that we like?
I thought so.
We're buying the crap that's on sale.
Yeah, I'm only buying the candy that I'm willing to eat the leftovers. So there's going to be a lot of candy that I love. I don't really necessarily care what your kid
Note
likes.
Note to self. Do not trick or treat at Kelly's unless you like circus peanuts and black licorice and Zots. You want to keep the kids off your porch? Ask Kelly to purchase your Halloween candy for you.
All right,
not a kid for miles.
I'm giving out candy and I'm still getting soaped.
All right.
I'm still getting egged.
Exactly.
If this is going on in your neighborhood or you just want to comment on it, 99-700, we'll come back with those. Plus, Lewis, you got some stats on Limp Bizkit?
Oh, if you want to go there, we can.
Yeah, I do.
8:23 on the Morning Blitz. Kelly Quinn, Lewis Thickrick, talking about candy because we live in a world now where children will let you know what types of candy they will accept at Halloween.
We got so many texts of people blaming participation trophies for this.
Somebody said, how about if I list only the costumes that are acceptable to come trick-or-treating at my house?
Doug said, damn it, James. I said I'm not accepting anything except for Ferrero Rocher. Take it away. What kind of planet do we live on now? Can we get off? Really?
Off the planet?
Yes. Please.
Yeah, Nicole says, it's not Christmas. Why do these kids have lists?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. If your kid's like allergic to nuts, you're not going to take a Snickers. I get that.
Come on. Part of growing up is realizing you got a bag full of candy of which only about a fourth of it you really want because there's a lot of crap in there that you don't.
Yeah. We got text. That's why we traded candy growing up. You know?
There's a lot of stuff. I never liked Tootsie Rolls. I never liked jelly beans. I passed that stuff off on whoever wanted it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, good and plenty.
Yeah. Give me the chocolate. Give me the M&Ms. I'm a basic candy bitch.
There's another one. Participation trophies are the cause for all this entitlement. Oh, Jen says, screw those spoiled kids. I'm giving away hot dogs and beer this year.
I think you should take it up with the parents. They're the ones posting the lists and their kids' demands and what they're going to be handing out. Like it sounds like a parenting problem.
It is 100% on the parent.
Yeah.
Yep. Joe said, sounds like you got a bunch of we deserve a trophy kids when it comes to candy, and everybody's giving in to them.
Yeah, who thought, where'd the participation trophy thing come from?
Well, just... You mean why?
Yeah. No, who thought that was a good idea ever?
I do.
Parents of little
leaguers.
Do you
really?
Seriously.
I love a participation trophy. Everybody gets mad at me for this, and we don't need to get into it.
Yes, we do.
But I absolutely, I would get really regularly, the things like most improved or whatever. That's a participation trophy.
That's different. If you're
it's not.
I'm okay with a most
I didn't win a single thing, but somebody said you were most improved over the season. It's kind of a gimme.
You got recognition for something,
but
that
you got
you did,
better. That's
that you
fine.
did deserve.
Did I?
Yeah, a participation trophy doesn't teach you the value of losing and trying harder next year.
A participation trophy is when you're playing Little League Baseball and your team comes in very last, and every kid on the team gets the same trophy for participating.
Yes.
But if adversity gets in your way that prevents you from winning, and you don't have to overcome it, you get a trophy anyway. Like you won something. How are you ever going to learn how to overcome any adversity for real when it presents itself to you as an adult?
A lot of teams have their awards banquets after the season's over. Now, if you played 1 year and you couldn't hit the ball off the tee to save your life, and then you come back the next year and you got a hit in every game, and they give you a most improved trophy, totally cool with that. You earned that. That's deserved.
All right.
But if you're a straight up loser, you don't get a trophy for that. You know what you get? You got to work harder next year so you can get the trophy like the other team got.
I remember when my son played, and 1 year his team was really bad, and they all got trophies, and he looked at me and said, why am I getting this? I was so proud of him.
Yeah, I like. Would you be okay with a participation ribbon? Like, I like the fact that kids put in some hard work, and even if they are absolutely like the biggest, the last place team on the field, they don't do any. It's like Bad News Bears up in there.
No, you don't give them a T-shirt for the league that you played in.
Okay.
Hey, every kid gets a T-shirt for the league they played in. The winner gets a trophy.
I like there being a reward at the end. That's why I'm okay with something to acknowledge that you participated in a season of sports.
But don't you want to teach something that you have to earn a reward and it's not just given?
I feel like you do earn it when you're putting in the practice work, when you're playing, you're showing up to the games. Even if you lose every game, why shouldn't you get some type of reward at the end of a season? I'm not saying you give them a championship trophy, but I'm saying giving them something I feel like is motivation to come back the next year and try again.
Yeah, but I think every kid who plays gets a T-shirt. They get a jersey with their name on it. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. I mean, that tells you played. I think my son, we have every jersey my son played football in. Still.
You should make like a quilt out of that. They do that. People will make quilts out of your kids' like sports team jerseys, and you can have like a big, nice little memorial quilt with your kids' T-shirts. I love the idea. Is that dumb?
They're going to use the actual shirt?
The actual shirt.
That's a cute idea.
They make a quilt out of it.
I don't know, but these are football jerseys. I don't know.
Someone said, who's paying for the candy, me or the parents? I'm paying, you get what I give you.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. Most improved team means you sucked a little less than you did a year before.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's a little bit of a participation trophy. It says I tried really hard, but I didn't win, but I tried really hard. And I got a trophy for that, and it meant so much to me as a kid. I must have been 11, 12 years old. And I was like so thrilled with this. It acknowledged my work, my hard work.
I think they said it best in Top Gun. There's no points for second place.
Yeah, I wasn't asking for points. I just wanted something to put on my empty trophy shelf.
Yeah, but wouldn't you work harder, though, to get a trophy? That should be your motivation.
I did. I worked hard all season, man. Worked very hard. And I felt really pleased that I got a most improved trophy.
Yeah, but your whole team didn't, right? Just you got it.
I got it.
Yeah, you earned that.
You earned that.
Deserved
the team did
that.
not.
All right. Well, I mean, they gave out various wildly named trophies to everyone. Just not most improved.
Oh.
But when the Super Bowl is over, they don't bring the Chiefs up and hand them the Lamar Hunt trophy and, all right, let's award the loser trophy over here. Guys, here's your participation for a great Super Bowl.
But 20 years from now, today's kids are going to be going, where's my trophy?
They probably will.
You lost the Super Bowl. I know. Where's my Super Bowl losing trophy?
Can't wait until the Flag Football League starts in a couple of years.
Oh, stop.
8:39 in the Morning Blitz. Godsmack, Keep Away. That was a song you were listening for this morning. To win yourself into a little bit of haunted house fun, a little bit of haunted action this Halloween season. Congratulations.
Ashley McBride from Columbus. Man, I got to get up to these. I keep reading about this Factory of Terror and the haunted schoolhouse. And it's just because I haven't wanted to make the drive because it's up by Akron and Canton. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, these two places together, they're a combo deal. You go to both of them. They're like one of the highest ranked in the entire country as far as haunted houses go.
It's good that there's a reward after you take that drive. That drive to that area, I tell you, from Central Ohio, it feels like it lasts a day.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Why does it feel so long?
Because there's nothing to see.
Nothing.
But no, and then like one of my favorite places to fish is Mosquito Lake, which is just east of Akron, and I'd be there a lot more if it weren't for that damn drive.
Oh, it's awful.
Are there a lot of mosquitoes there?
There are.
I was going to say, it's not just a clever name.
No, there's definitely a lot of mosquitoes.
The Ishy Beetles?
You like the Ishy Beetles? Any good? No.
A good Wayne's World quote will make my day, Lewis. Thank you.
Right? I'm just so thrilled you got the movie reference. All right. So before we get into this job thing, because I do want to touch on that, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on this, but we were talking about Limp Bizkit and their $200 million royalty request that they want. Now, I don't deny that they may or may not be owed some royalties, but the way that works, I don't know, to me, for that band, $200 million sure does sound like a lot in royalties.
Is it like compensatory damages for emotional distress or something? Is that why they boosted the damages so high? Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, to put this in perspective, Guns N' Roses in their career has sold more than 100 million records worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Limp Bizkit for their career, granted, Guns N' Roses has been around, 5-6 years longer?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Limp Bizkit has only sold a total of just right around 40 million lifetime.
All right.
So
well,
200
that's
million.
Kind of like comparing.
But here's where I'm going with this. You can, if the Guns N' Roses songs that still get played on radio stations everywhere,
right?
And Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, Patience, Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah.
Okay, I can go on.
They're a much bigger band than Limp Bizkit.
Okay, Limp Bizkit only has really 2 songs that have been played that long.
Okay.
So it just seems I'm not saying they're not owed royalties. That just number of 200 million seems really far-fetched for that size band.
It is. They're asking for way more than what the royalties are, of course. These are like punitive damages and stuff that they're trying to get out of this.
Right.
Which I don't know that they deserve those. I have no idea what they deserve.
And let's be honest, Fred Durst is a character of himself.
But that part is irrelevant in the lawsuit.
But again, up until a couple of years ago, was anybody really knocking themselves out to hear Limp Bizkit music?
Well, I don't know. But if they were getting played on radio stations across the country, that's what the royalties are from.
That does matter, because if people were knocking themselves over to hear Limp Bizkit songs, then most likely those 2 songs are being played more. If not, then they've kind of gotten put on a shelf someplace to collect the dust.
Right.
So I'll be curious to see where this goes, based on the number.
I would like to know what the exact dollar amount that they are owed specifically from radio play.
Correct.
Nothing else. That's all I'm wondering about.
I'm not slagging you for liking Limp Bizkit. I'm not slagging your band. Music is all subjective. You like who you like. If you are a diehard, passionate Limp Bizkit is your band, then good on you.
Kelly.
I love Limp Bizkit, so thank you for your approval. I've been waiting on it.
You're welcome. I'm the one person at Sonic Temple that was like, my God, he's talked for 45 minutes and played 3 songs. I'm so bored.
You know what did cause me to waver on Limp Bizkit was watching that Woodstock 99
made him
documentary.
Yeah.
Made me really mad at Fred
Durst. He came off
Durst.
as an a-hole.
Oh my gosh, that was bad.
So did Anthony Kiedis, to be truthful, but yeah.
So what you're saying, Lewis, is that no matter how much money it paid, you don't want to be Fred Durst.
That's a good question. That's different. You can't ask me that. I'll do almost anything for money.
I know you will.
That's not a fair assessment.
So you don't have anything on this list. There's no job you would say I won't do that, no matter how much it pays.
There's probably some biohazard stuff that I wouldn't do.
Okay, well that makes sense.
It kind of goes along with what, like, watching all this aftermath of Hurricane Milton, and I'm thinking, like, all the downed power lines and all that danger in that standing water. And there are, the first responders, they are wading through all that to help people. What kind of danger is in there? Besides electrocution, you've got, that water's filthy.
No, it's, disease.
Diseased, there's chemicals.
Yeah.
It is a complete biohazard. Yeah. I feel like I don't think I'm up to that.
So, Doug Rogers, we know Doug, he delivers and picks up and cleans porta potties. So he's involved in that type of thing. He said most people would not want my job, but I love this ish.
Okay.
I hope he gets paid well for it, because, man, do we need you.
I would probably be a garbage man, because, again, for the most part, the mechanical arm is dumping the trash into your truck and you're driving around.
Oh, yeah.
If I can get one of those mechanical arm jobs, you got that right.
But I think, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a job that I wouldn't do. I would probably go dig people out and help people. That wouldn't bother me. I would take a lot of pride in that, actually.
Yeah, but I'm not walking through that water without proper gear on. That, you're talking about basically wearing a wetsuit. Whatever's going to keep that off. You don't, because again, dude, there's disease and chemicals in that.
That's where those are probably the things that I don't know if you could pay me enough to do that. The other thing is, go ahead. You were fired
How
up.
about those tuna boats or those big, like, deep sea
crab boats?
Perfect storm type fishing?
Where you're getting hooked by the hooks. Like,
Yes.
it's like you're getting a hook in your body and it's dragging you off the boat into the sea. I'm not doing that.
A lot of people die on the crab boats.
Jeremy said he wouldn't do the storm ride team that we were talking about yesterday. He wouldn't ride out for that. I don't think I would do high steel construction, where you're construction like massive skyscrapers.
Right.
Ooh,
I don't think I would do that. And I say that because I rappelled down the side of a building once, and I was cool that I could say I did it one time. I don't know that I would want to do that strapped up there, walking around, carrying stuff all the time.
All right.
Not only are you dealing with the heights but you're dealing with the wind.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a lot. There's a lot that happens up there.
So you guys have heard me mention my fishing buddy Big Meech.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would install windows, but I'm talking big office building windows way up high on skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Basically not the steel, but the windows in those buildings, Lewis, on those skyscrapers.
Yeah.
He did that stuff. It's crazy to me. Eric Mack said, I don't want to be the guy that has to go to the top of one of those big, tall radio towers and change the light bulb.
Yeah. Virginia says she doesn't want anything to do with working with sewage. Agreed, Virginia.
And Sarah on the Morning Blitz. 8:53, Fit Kelly and Lewis. What's the one job you would not do, regardless of how good the salary is?
You want to know? I just thought of one just the second, and that is working at a Yankee Candle shop. I could not do that for any amount of money. Do you know how crazy it smells in there? Like, it's such a strong, pungent odor of candle scents.
Not at all what I expected.
Have you ever walked by a Yankee Candle in a mall?
Yeah.
It's wild. You have to hold your breath. I could never work at Yankee Candle. Never.
Dave said he would never repo vehicles again.
That's
It's a dangerous job, man.
yeah.
You get shot at.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm with Alex. Door-to-door sales, no way. I will be homeless.
Jeff on our Facebook wall said doesn't want to be a porta potty cleaner. Lauren, garbage truck, plumber, nurse, doctor, or coroner. Melissa said working with any kind of work that involves poo or vomit.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. This person texted and didn't leave a name. It said anything on a submarine is a no-go for me. I agree. I could not go down in a submarine. No.
That's just what you call claustrophobia?
Yes, I would think.
Yeah.
It is for me anyway. I don't know what this person's problem with it is, but I would imagine it's the same.
Shannon Ricketts says never work around maggots. Oh, no. Ugh. And Will Vickery says shoveling roadkill or anything with decaying carcasses. The smell makes me vomit instantly.
Yes. Leland said, I'm a professional cleaner. Could never do crime scene or biohazard cleaning. Something about that is, it's definitely not appealing.
I already know the answer that Kelly would give to this, so I will ask Lewis. What about porn? No matter how much it paid, Lewis? Just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
You know why?
Couldn't do it. No way.
Remember did you ever see the movie
Yes,
Girl
Boogie
Next?
Nights?
No,
The Girl Next Door. Yeah.
The dude in the end with the mask?
Yeah.
All day long.
Lewis wants to be part of the tripod.
All day long. No.
I couldn't do it.
I tried to work at Victoria's Secret once, but no, I mean, they put that bin of like the thongs and stuff in the thing, and you're not allowed to swim around in that.
Well, they also did a background check, so
Yeah,
that didn't help you.
Maybe I should have done that before I got caught swimming around in the thong bin.
This person texted in they would never be a preschool teacher for any amount of money.
Yeah. I could see that.
Oh, the person who carries out death penalty executions.
Yeah.
That's from Bill.
That'd be rough.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, don't they pull... I think isn't it like they do 2 or 3 at once, so you never really know which one is the one that did it?
You're talking about the firing squad, yeah. But this typically...
No, but don't they do, even with the injection, do they just do one person does the injection, or is it like 3 tubes?
There are 3 different things that go in, but they're all necessary.
Okay. Oh, okay.
To produce death. Yeah, it's not the same, but I know what you're talking about in terms of like a firing squad. They do. They put blanks on everyone's but one.
Yeah, one bullet's the only one that you know, yeah.
At least that's what you hear.
Well, no, I think when they used to do the electric chair, there were 3 different people that pulled the lever, so you never knew if your lever was
okay, well, all 3 of you did it. I don't care what you say.
Okay, well...
supposedly that was to ease the conscience.
Oh, okay.
JoJo texted in and said, to my Yankee Candle point, she said she started working at a spice place. She walked in, looked around, and left. Yeah, I can't take those strong odors all day long. It'd give me a headache. Oh,
Oh, man, this makes me mad, and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Jacob said, I'm watching the news. Someone left a dog tied up to a fence.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the rescue of this dog. Somebody tied their dog in Tampa. Somebody tied the dog up to a fence, and the water was already up to the dog's chest.
But
by the time rescuers got there, they saved it. And this dog was really growling as they approached.
I'll bet.
Poor thing was probably so abused.
And terrified.
I want to tell you, I swear to you, if they don't stick those people, I hope that dog's chipped. Dear God, I pray that dog is chipped and we find out who did this.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I would probably abandon my neighbor before I abandoned my dog.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh, gosh. All right, let's see here.
Jackie said she couldn't be a bill collector to have to call people and demand money that they don't have.
Well, Paul says he wouldn't do Lewis's mom for any amount of money. Oh, he mom joked you on that one. You got mom joked.
But he does it every day, so it's not even
right.
The 12-year-old joke played once. We're on day 16 now.
Hey, listen, I love a good mom joke. Keep them coming. You can even...
You got to understand, Paul, it only offends me if I have a good relationship with my mom. I don't. So, therefore...
Yeah, he agrees with you. No.
Go right ahead.
That's weird. Yes. Let's see. Tiffany said, I could not do anything with snakes or tornadoes. Both terrify me.
Snakes and tornadoes.
Yes.
Jay, I'd do the porn for free. Wouldn't anyone?
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Hurricane Milton made landfall on Florida's west coast last night as a Category 3 hurricane. The monster storm roared ashore with life-threatening storm surge and powerful winds and flooding rains. It did hit before high tide, which did spare Florida a worst-case scenario, but things are grim in areas. Hurricane Milton's heavy rain sparked a flash flood emergency for the Tampa Bay area. Tampa has recorded 1 foot of rain, while Lakeland, about 35 miles inland from Tampa, saw 10 inches of rain. 15 people, including young children, were rescued from a Tampa home last night when a tree fell on top of the house and water rushed inside. At another home, firefighters rescued a number of people who had suffered injuries as well. Tampa Mayor Jane Castor is urging all residents to stay inside and off the roads today because she says it is not over and it is dangerous out there. Over 2,200 flights have been canceled across the country today because of the hurricane. Out of Port Columbus, John Glenn International flights to Tampa, Orlando, Fort Myers, and Sarasota are all canceled. More than 8 inches of rain pummeled Daytona Beach on the east coast of Florida overnight, causing flash flooding this morning. The flooding and hurricane-force wind gusts are ongoing from Daytona Beach to Cape Canaveral. At least 36 tornadoes were reported across Florida yesterday as Hurricane Milton came ashore. There were 133 tornado warnings issued in South Florida, the most on record for that state and the second highest for any state in one day. Multiple fatalities reported at a St. Lucie County retirement community following a suspected tornado. Across the state, at least 125 homes have been destroyed, and that's according to the head of the Florida Division of Emergency Management. And right now, more than 3 million customers are without power this morning. A man is pleading no contest after he was accused of shooting a Chipotle worker over his serving of guacamole in Michigan. Officials say Aaron Brown called an employee a derogatory name after he was upset with his serving and attempted to go behind the counter of the restaurant. I think you had this, Thick. Didn't you tell us about this? Or maybe you didn't. It sounds so familiar. But yeah, I guess he jumped behind the counter. He was so ticked about this terrible serving of guacamole he received.
Well,
the employee tried to stop him, and this guy, Aaron Brown, pulled out a gun and shot the guy in the knee.
Oh, he didn't kill him.
He did not kill
good.
him.
I just can't imagine.
I
He would
still
kill
feel
somebody
like-
over some friggin' guacamole.
I don't think you should shoot someone in the knee over guacamole.
Anything.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
It's nuts, but I'm just glad nobody died because of guacamole.
Nobody did
Especially at
die.
Chipotle.
Yes, especially there. You're right. Hey, guys,
I gotta get
if
new friends.
you are so interested, you may be able to see the Northern Lights tonight. We've had the blessing of having several opportunities to view it, and tonight is another opportunity. We are in the view line. The further north out of the city and the further north out of light pollution you go, the better the view. Here in Central Ohio, you will be able to see them along the horizon. If you can get closer, if you know anybody closer to Lake Erie, that's a better chance to see these northern lights overhead. Best viewing will be between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. The forecast tonight favors beautiful viewing conditions, crystal clear skies expected. So it'd be a nice night to be able to view those northern lights.
If I could stay up that late.
If you bump your head really hard, does that constitute seeing the northern lights too?
No, that's just little birdies that go around your head.
Wasn't sure if there was a difference or not.